Well, I don't know if you realize it or not, but it has been about 3 years since we last heard from Crowded House. The album was Temple of Low Man. They are back with Woodface and one extra member. And via satellite in Toronto, we talk with Nick and Neil at Crowded House. Welcome back to Good Rockin' Tonight.
It's good to be back on Good Rockin' Tonight.
You know, it's been about 3 years since the release of Temple of Low Man. What were you guys doing in that time?
Well, we did a fairly substantial tour of Canada in between times, actually. Canada was one of the few places in the world that we toured properly with that record. We then took a break in order for me to go away and write some songs and produce a baby. And,
congratulations.
Thank you. And sort of generally gather the energy and momentum up so that we could tour the world as we had done Canada with this record, with the right amount of enthusiasm. So we started recording at the beginning of last year. We intended to have the record out late last year, but then what we didn't expect to happen was Tim and I to go and write 15 songs and for Tim to join the band, at which point we kept recording, and it took us through to the end of last year.
What brought Tim back?
These songs, well, he moved back to Melbourne, and so it facilitated us being able to write together. And having surprised ourselves that we could, after a few months it became obvious that the best way to get those songs done and to get a great Crowded House album was to combine the two projects, make life easy on ourselves, and that was really it. It was a creative decision based on a very real bunch of songs that we wanted to do.
And Tim and your brother not been together, since Split Ends. Neil, what was it like getting back together with Tim again?
Well, writing was a revelation. We had never done it in Split Ends, which is surprising, I know, but we had 2.5 weeks and we were working 3 or 4 hours a day, and every day we were literally going on and thinking, we're going to write a song today, or maybe 2. And we'd go in and just get really loose and jam with each other and throw harmonies about, and songs just fell out of the sky, and we finished a few things off that were lying around, but it was just a great willingness to do it. We were reveling in each other's voices and singing together after a long layoff, so.
Can we stay with Tim for just a second? Nick, what did he bring to Crowded House?
Yeah, well, look, Tim brought, an increased... No, sorry, Nick. Oh, sorry, mate. Go on.
What did he bring? He brought new life to Neil Finn, basically. Neil had been pining for his older brother for many years, and finally Tim coming back to Melbourne. He'd been living in London, actually, and he moved back to Melbourne and gave me somebody to actually go out with in the band, finally, because these two chaps always go back to the hotel room after the gigs, but Tim likes to kick on a bit.
So he brought back the party atmosphere then to the band.
He does. He brings the party atmosphere and the right metaphor and adjective for the right time. He's a genius with metaphor, I feel.
You'll be touring, of course. Where will Crowded House be conquering? And Neil, actually, let me put this one to you, being a father and all. How are you going to be able to mix the duties between touring and being a father? There's so much involved in both of them.
Well, we find that touring and producing children is usually worked pretty well in the past. We keep cropping, finding family members in the strangest places. It's a funny thing. But actually, we're going to be travelling almost everywhere. Certainly most of Canada will be covered. Vancouver very early on, in fact, early September. And I'll probably be bringing my family with me at this stage. Look forward to that.
Are we going to go to Nova Scotia this time, though, Neil?
Well,
I've never been there. I want to go there.
Well, look, I know there's a couple of opportunities for one of us to go to do interviews, Nick, so off you go, mate.
So this means we'll have an opportunity to talk face-to-face when you get to Vancouver, then. I'm looking forward to that.
We hope so, yeah, although it might blow it. At the moment, we think you're a pretty okay guy.
Yeah. But we've heard that you're really ugly.
Oh, boy, No, we're looking forward to that. All joking aside, Steve, we can't wait to get to Vancouver. It's a good city. You live in a good city.